Hi guys, Keith Arkenberg Farms. It is about the end of September. Let's see, we got another week because the first is next week. And yeah, either way, Project Strawberry is a go. So I'm gonna take you out there and show you what we're doing. So far with Project Strawberry, for the past couple weeks I've been doing videos prepping this block out here. So first thing we did is we went through with the 2-bottom plow and we plowed it, just flipping the land over to prep it. Then we went through and tilled it and hilled our beds up. And finally, we laid drip tape and the plastic mulch here. Now, this is not the BioTill stuff. I'm still experimenting with that mulch layer. It's working pretty good. I've got a few kinks I need to iron out of it because it was not really intended to be behind a tractor. It's supposed to be behind a BCS. But either way, when I go out and do my main beds next year, which will be running down this whole entire 450 foot block, I'm going to use a BioTill because that looks like a pain pulling up all this stuff. But for now, we got this down, and then we went through and used the 2-bed cast roller and punched and dibbled the plastic. So for that whole process in more detail, search my channel, look for plowing with a small tractor for plowing it. Then I went to BCS plastic mulch layer in a small tractor. Then I'm doing 2-bed cast roller dibbler for dibbling the plastic. And then today, we're gonna plant. Now finally, as you can see behind me, it's time to start planting strawberries. So the strawberries, I ordered from a company online, Ion Brothers, IONS Brothers or something, I can't remember. I just Googled it, they're the first ones that popped up. But here's what I got. Ordered 700 strawberries. They are Chandler, and I got some Sweet Charlies too. I'm just kind of experimenting around. Got 700 plants, got 4 90-foot rows, so that should be around, oh, what did I figure? It's going to be like 720 some plants. I was hoping I'd lose some off the top and bottom. It turns out I'm not. But I've also got a bed of all-star strawberries up there by the main area where plot 2 is, that I planted years ago, and is matted over landscape fabric, and I think they're perfect runners that I can just yank out, and I'll have roots attached and I can plug them in the extra holes. Kind of figure out, see how that works. I mean, I'm not really planning on growing my own runners in the future. Ideally, I want to be able to order them in because these are annual mat in place, or not mat in place, just annual strawberry beds. So when they fruit next year and they're done, they're done. They come out, a lot of people just till them in. I was honestly thinking about pulling them out and having a sell them for $1, maybe $2 a piece. I don't know, they'll be good sized strawberries by then, and it'll be early in the season, so people will still be excited about planting strawberries. But for now, we're just going to get to it and start planting strawberries. I mean, we've got all of our holes, we've got our drip irrigation, I've got the overhead set up to water them in, because you do have to make sure to water them in. The drip irrigation is not going to be enough, and we are not expecting to have rain anytime soon out here. So I'm going to have to water them for the first couple days and kind of get them going, and once they get established, the drip irrigation will work great. One thing to note though, when I punched a bunch of this plastic, I hit the drip line once so far that I've found, because the way that layer is, it's not in the center. It lays it off like on the edge because of the block hooking it to the tractor. So I'm gonna have to modify how it hooks to the tractor this winter so I can actually get it in the center when I need to. But that's a completely different situation. Not really worried about that now. It's really easy to find because when I poke my finger down in the hole to put the strawberry in, I hit the drip line, so I know it's been hit by a spike. But either way, we'll get to planting. The planting process is pretty straightforward. Got my flat in front of me, grab a start out. I make sure it looks good and clean. Get closer here, because you get some bad leaves. Like that's not bad. Those are all good. And you get runners occasionally, you gotta get those off. So I clean anything up I need with my snips, which I just leave on the bed. And then I find a hole. I'll stretch it a little bit because these are made for 100 cells. These are actually water wheel. I'll show you closer on the plug. These are intended for a water wheel planter. That's why they have this shaped plug on them. They fit the water wheel attachments. Where my Fat Cat roller actually has a round one specifically made for a 100 cell flat. So I've got to just extend the plastic a little bit where the hole is, and then I go sideways, my finger, pull over, which opens up the hole, and push my plug in. Simple as that. Go through and repeat. When I get one that needs trimmed up, I'll bring it up there. Like this one has a couple bad leaves on it, so I just snip those off, get them out of the way. They can cause issues with sucking moisture out of the plant, but other than that, I mean, it's just do again and repeat until I hit the end. Now for watering these in, I have been, yeah, see, here's a runner. You see that right there? That is a runner coming off the plant. If there's a good runner off the end of it, I am cutting those and clipping them and putting them in a flat for later in case I need more, but I'm just snipping them off. Like that leaf's not bad, but it's damaged, so I'm going to clip it. And I just pull, slit, and go. Keep my flat coming with me. Keep moving down the bed. But I am watering these in with my mini XL wobblers. And earlier I had them on for about 2 hours to kind of get enough water onto the plastic itself and actually start flowing down the holes. And she did a really good job, because this bed I'm on right now, I'm actually hitting mud when I'm opening up the holes. I mean, there's already a dibbled hole down there, but like I said, it's smaller than the plug, so I'm having to open it up a little bit. But it's working a lot better, because when I originally formed these beds, they were really, really dry. So when I'm making my hole, it's just falling back in. Now that it's wetter, I'm making a hole and it's staying there, and I'm able to plug the plug in. But other than that, do and repeat until I hit the end. Okay, since there's no good way to really mark in plastic, because spray paint will wear off, of where my variety changes, so for now I've got 2 beds towards the farm, Chandler, 3rd bed coming up, 2 about where the X and the landscape staples are, about 2/3 of the way up the bed. From here I'll start Sweet Charlie, which should get me quite a ways, and then I'll mark where I switch to All-Star or whatever else I do. Now, it's actually been a lot of work getting these strawberry beds in, basically in time, because I didn't prepare in time. All of this should have been prepped out in about August. That way, it would have all been ready for me to come in here, put the plastic down. I could even put the plastic down before and just let it sit, and it would have suppressed the weeds real good. But instead, did it all at the last second. I had to turn it over. I only had a few days to get it mulched. And then now the strawberry showed up literally the day after I got the ryegrass down in between. That's one other thing I forgot to mention. A lot of times with this system, people will have the rows closer, so you only have a walkway like here and your bed's here. they put down hay or straw, not hay, straw in between. And that way it mulches to keep the weeds down. Also keeps dirt from slashing up on the plants. Me, I'm going to try to plant this all in rye and then mow it continuously through the winter and spring, and hopefully that'll make a nice clean environment. That way I can pick this if I want as well. The whole idea with this bed is to harvest for farmers market and selling, but I'm also considering the option of the U-pick, but I'll just have to kind of see how it goes with that. You know, U-pick out here and the rest of the farm did decent. Didn't really advertise that much, but I'm happy where it's at. This same plan, I'm already starting the promotion just a little bit, kind of hinting towards it, playing with Facebook, other online advertising. So we'll kind of see how it goes. For now, the main plan is just getting them in and getting them done. Now, after they're in and ready to go this winter, once it actually starts cooling off, like considerably cool, I think we're hardy down to, let's say these are hardy down to about 10 degrees. So once we start getting to the freezing level, I've got a Typar 30, that's Typar 30 row cover for this whole entire thing. It's a really strong, sturdy spun cover. So I got a 30-foot wide piece that's 100 foot long, so I should be able to go from one side clear over to the other side. That'll allow me to cover all these beds for the winter. I know come spring I'm gonna have to do the cover uncover thing throughout the spring a little bit, but mainly you just set it down, pull it tight. I'm probably gonna have to put a row of bags down the center here, because I know I will get a lot of baffling with the winds coming out of the north, which is coming from that direction. I do have the wind fence there, which is good, but we get really strong north winds here all winter long, so it beats the heck out of everything. Even with the full tree line over there helps. You can see it's a little sparser up there, but once the leaves drop, I mean, we're just pretty much wide open. We'll also have the change in the seasons too, where we'll have the south wind starting to come in real strong and heavy. So it's just something I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to get a bunch of row bags out here and just be ready for it. That's the most important thing. That way I can do what I need to do when I need to do it. So if you're interested in looking into more of this, look up California method or Plasticulture strawberries. There's whole bunches of literature out here that's all the exact same method. They all call for about the same amount of fertility. There's 120 pounds of basically everything per acre. They want you to put half down in the spring, half down in the fall. So right now I put 60 pounds of basically everything down. That should do me good. Now I'm gonna have to liquid feed the rest in through my drip irrigation, which shouldn't be a problem. I just gotta find the product to do it. Hopefully I'll keep you updated with that in the spring. When I do, once they start flowering, I'll hit them, let them go, and then hopefully we'll have beautiful strawberries come spring. So hope you all like what you saw today. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Have a good day. So for that whole process in more detail, look up applying with a small tractor.